Welcome to the Heidi Thorne Show. I'm your host, Heidi Thorne, and in this podcast I share my real-world self-publishing and small business experience with you. Before we get started, I just want to remind you to subscribe, like, comment, and share this show with your friends on social media. Now let's get started with today's show. There have been some major changes to the KDP, Author Central, and Amazon Marketing Services platforms as we begin 2021. So today I'll discuss how those changes apply to you. First, let's talk about KDP. The major change here has been the introduction of the KDP Reports Beta interface. It is amazing, and I cannot wait until it becomes fully transitioned. So to access it, you're going to go to Reports in KDP, in your KDP account, and you'll see a link there that says, try out the KDP Reports Beta. Click on that link and it will show you your statistics for your book sales in a new graphically oriented interface that's so easy to read. Now, it includes all of the major stats that you want to know. It includes the orders for your book. It includes the KENP or Kindle Edition Normalized page reads that you get if you are enrolled in KDP Select, and you can get royalties for Kindle Unlimited reads. So it'll show you how many page reads occurred in your book universe. It also shows you estimated royalties. It will show you your payments. It shows everything in just super simple, easy to read graphics. There's charts. It's just the best thing ever. And so I am thrilled that they have done this. The only thing that I have noticed is that sometimes when I do a custom date range, it isn't entirely accurate simply because it's not all available. So because they're still in that transition mode with it, I'm hoping that they'll include all the historical data, but right now that seems to be somewhat limited. So you want to still use your old KDP historical reports if you need any of that data, but going forward, this is amazing. So if you haven't tried it out yet, do it now, because eventually it will transition over. The other big change is in Author Central. Now, Author Central, for those of you that aren't aware, is where you can set up your author page on Amazon. If you're like me, you probably set up your author page quite a while back. And if you haven't had a new title in a while, you probably haven't had the occasion to go over to Author Central. Well, that was the case for me, and so I logged in recently, and there's a brand new interface on Author Central too, not just that clunky stuff that they used to have. It, like the KDP Reports Beta, is just fantastic. So easy to read. So if you haven't logged into Author Central in a while, do so now and check it out. The one thing that I think is the best feature on this new Author Central interface is a one button click or one link click to see your most recent reviews. Wow, that is amazing. Because it's been a while since I have published several of my titles, I'm not going to my product page every day on Amazon to see if there's a new review, and Amazon doesn't email you or alert you, hey, you have a new review on your book. This is such an easy way to see if you've had any new reviews. And I saw I got a really nice review. Wow. I was like, I wouldn't have even known it had occurred unless I would have checked this out. So this is a one-stop place where you can look for all the reviews on your book. And if you have several titles, this is very helpful. The last batch of changes really occurred on the AMS, or Amazon Marketing Services advertising platform. You have a brand new opportunity through AMS to advertise your books, and it's called sponsored brands. You may have even seen these ads on Amazon, but you didn't even realize that they were ads. At the top of a product page or search results, you'll see a brand name, and then you'll see 3 products below it that are links to those product pages. That's a sponsored brand ad. So the brand has paid to appear there and to promote these products. You'll see that it is also for 3 products. So this means that if you don't have 3 books published yet through Kindle Direct Publishing or on Amazon, you won't be able to take advantage of these sponsored brand ads. So you have to have a minimum of 3 books. The ads will show based on the keywords you choose for the ads. And like sponsored product ads on AMS, you only pay when someone clicks on that ad. So it is pay per click. So that helps you save some of that money. It's not asking you to pay every time they show that ad, just when someone clicks on that ad. So I'm doing some experiments. I'm running a few campaigns to see how they are going to work out. And it looks good so far, but I'll have to update you in a few months when I have some actual tracking to see if they've done any good. Then the other thing in the AMS dashboard, advertising dashboard, there are new columns that you can select to show on your dashboard for KENP reads and estimated KENP royalties. In other words, Kindle Unlimited reads and the royalties you get from them, or the estimated ones, I should say. This was always a problem because a lot of us authors, we would run ads and you'd see orders, but the orders didn't seem like a lot, and you had to guess that some of those Kindle Unlimited reads may have been generated by your ads. Now you can verify that those ads actually did result in a Kindle Unlimited read. Now you have to add those columns for KENP reads and KENP estimated royalties. You have to add those to your dashboard if you do want to track that. So I've talked about some of these changes and updated my courses on Udemy on how to sell your self-published book on Amazon. Check those out if you are planning to ramp up your self-publishing in 2021. Now, I don't know about you, but I am glad to see 2020 go. It was a challenging year. I don't even have to tell any of you that. My first part of 2020, the first 6 months, were tracking with 2019, so only about 5% off. I was thrilled. But then the rest of the year, oh my goodness, you have to look at what was going on. A lot of people thought, well, people are at home, they're going to be reading more. But I don't think so. I think there was so much distraction. It was just such a crazy year. So if your sales or your royalties for 2020 weren't on track with what you were hoping or from years prior, don't take it personally. It may not have anything to do with you. So let's all look forward to a successful 2021. So I hope you found this helpful or encouraging. And if you have, please rate, review, and subscribe to The Heidi Thorne Show on whatever podcast platform you like to use. I'm all the major ones. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, now on Pandora, Amazon Music, Stitcher, Podbean. Wherever you like to consume your podcast, I'm probably there. Just search for The Heidi Thorne Show. And if you like the YouTube video better, that's great. You just have to subscribe to my Heidi Thorne YouTube channel, turn on the notification bell so that you get an alert when a new video is up. If you would share either the audio or the video with your friends on social media, I would really appreciate it. My self-published books are on Amazon, Audible, and Apple Books. All you have to do is search for my name, Heidi Thorne, and a list of all my books will be shown there. If you'd like to connect with me, my website is very simply HeidiThorne.com. Thank you so much for listening and for your support. I'll look forward to talking with you again in the next episode. And in the meantime, have a great day.